Hello, everybody. How are you today? I am I'm not excited about this topic, but I really feel like I needed to talk about it. Mirandy, girl, you're going to be taking a nap, but of course, listening to me, that would be awesome. I know. That's what I do at night. I listen to YouTube channels before I go to sleep, but I have it shut off after they've gone down. It's quite interesting. Hey, Samantha, it's so good to see you, my dear. Right, everybody, hit that like and subscribe button. It all helps. Wandering Scorpio, how are you, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. And Just Keep It Real is in the house. I'm gonna drop my StreamYard link. I had asked Just Keep It Real to kind of do this um like vlog, a live vlog with you because there's so much crazy in this world, and I'm really kind of talking about the M wrestling M. So that's kind of what we were thinking, that because the comments were brought up yesterday, and we I just it is such a big topic with so many a lot of different components to it, so everything, it's just a really hard topic to talk about. Hello, Just Keep It Real.
Hey, Susie.
Hey. um it had been bothering me since I was talking to you earlier today about the whole little people wrestling, M wrestling. There's so many different components and so many different types that I
Right.
think it will be a good thing to talk about, because there's some of it that I'm very supportive of, and there's other pieces of it that I'm not. Personally,
Right.
that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so kind of bothered me. Wandering Scorpio. My Halloween costume for 2019 was Wrestler Wake of Destruction. Wow. Yeah, I had met a little person wrestler, the Little Boogeyman, several years ago. Um, and he's a nice guy. Hey, Grandpa, let me see. What is this? Do I even know this person? No, I don't think so. Well, welcome in. So, you rose from the dead. That's pretty funny. But yeah, there is a lot of different types of wrestling out there that incorporates little people. My son wrestled in high school. It was not for entertainment, it was a sport, and he loved it and he did really well. Even though I couldn't watch him wrestle, I go he knew I was there. I just, like, when it was his turn to wrestle, I kind of stepped out of the doorway because I didn't want to see him become in any compromised position. It scared me that bad. But I wasn't the only mom who did that too. And there were other moms out there who were like, oh my gosh, his neck. Oh my gosh, there's this. Oh my gosh, his arm. Kind of thing. It's a little bit scary. Just keep it real. Did any of your kids wrestle?
Yeah, my oldest son wrestled. He was a state champion, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I was super proud of him, but I know what you're talking about. Like I was so on edge, and I never ever missed any of his wrestling matches.
Right.
But the whole time I was completely on edge.
I know.
But
You don't want to look.
yeah, but also super proud of him too because it was his passion and um, he was a state champion. So yeah, he did his thing.
That's pretty awesome. Very much so. My uncle is 90 years old, and he was a state champion in Wisconsin many years ago. And so it was really pretty cool. He was very proud of Caden wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ms. Maz, how are you, my dear? Welcome in, Samantha. Thanks for saying that. We do encourage participation in our conversation as long as everything's respectful. But yesterday, I think it was Gemini Mama was talking about wrestling,
Yeah.
little people wrestling. And I know I didn't get to ask her really deep into what she meant by that, but there's so many different types of little people wrestling, or you'll see it advertised M wrestling. And when you see it advertised, in my opinion, as such, that way, it's I don't agree with it, but I do know people need and want to have jobs. They earn money, but in that kind of wrestling world, they don't make much money at all. It's really sad. It's not like professional wrestling where the wrestlers are trained and it's a serious business, and they get paid accordingly as such. But the podunk communities that you'll see wrestling night at, some redneck bar, um,
Right.
that makes is actually to me extremely embarrassing. Like I am so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed, not for myself, but for those people and for the
Yeah.
people watching it. Like I can't even understand what the thrill and excitement is in that kind of thing. And I know you had some thoughts on that bother you as
Yeah.
an outsider.
I do have some pretty strong opinions about it. I had mentioned to you on the phone today that a friend of mine that I went to high school with recently went to one of those quote unquote M wrestling events, and he posted like a selfie with him and a couple of his friends with some little people in the wrestling ring in the background. And all I got from that was I felt icky about it, you know?
Mhm.
I
Right.
was like, how is this entertaining? Like, they're real people. But then on the other hand, I'm like, why are these little people exploiting themselves too? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous and it's not entertainment to me. It's just not.
That and I don't know if it's entertaining. I do know that they pick anybody. If you want to join their realm and their world to do that, they'll pay you, let's say $100. And I think so, 150 was like the highest that I heard that some of those wrestlers make. And this is in like podunk, in your backyard bar. Um,
Right.
and they do it because they need money. And I'm like, it's crazy. We,
Samantha.
here. Who's that other person on panel that is just keep it real? Um, I don't know who that dude is, but Grandpa, you need to be respectable. So, yeah, I just find it very hard. Caden's going to come in here in a moment and he doesn't realize I'm on live. But yeah, it's very crazy. These people. Hey, Wandering, would you mind if I made you a mod? Because that would be awesome if you were. I gotta turn my volume on my phone down so I can do that real quick. Yeah, we will. I will take care of that right now. I'm going to. Wow. Oh, here's me talking really loud. Okay. Add as a moderator. All right, Scorpio. Oh, you're just good at him. That's okay, my dear. I just made you a mod. You didn't respond quick enough. And we love you.
We do love you, Wandering.
So we need people like you out there. But no, that is a very um, rough, tough to see. I had been to a Harley Davidson festival. This is a couple of years ago in northern Wisconsin. And we were just kind of walking around, looking at the vendors, looking at all the people getting their tattoos and whatnot. And there was this dude. He looked like a podunk, redneck kind of guy. And it said, "Oh, you can throw an M down this like bowling alley thing that he had set up for $100." And I was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
And that
that's
was
disgusting.
it was disgusting. Even the way he represented himself, like he was all that, and I'm like, "You're nothing." And I'm sorry that I think like that people are scummy. Hold on one second here. Sorry about that. I just needed to alert the young man not to say anything. Um, he was all worried. We had a fire testing. That's why we kind of left our conversation a little early because they were testing the fire alarms and they just kept going off and off, and that lasted a couple hours.
I know, and I had my AirPod in, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" It was loud.
Grandpa, you need to go far away. So he is it's just a it was so
Yeah,
embarrassing. Like I get
Samantha.
embarrassed thinking about it. Thank you, Samantha.
Good Lord. Rapper, go away.
Ugh, so sick of him. But it's just crazy. This whole wrestling gig. And I know you see it a lot in a lot of small towns in California. You see it often down out in the South. You see it in the upper Midwest. But I know they're trying to legislate against that. And I think, and that is where it needs to be something when it comes, but I know people do all that crazy stuff anyways, like women doing jello wrestling. I would never do that. You can pay me enough to do that. Well, maybe $1 million, maybe. I'd have to consider it. But, people don't think necessarily that all that crazy stuff is weird too. And I know bikers and everything is a free for all in the biker world. I mean, I see it here in Wisconsin all the time because this is the home of Harley Davidson, and there's so many bike events, so many, like all summer long. And they have a lot of stuff, especially when it's bike week here in Milwaukee.
Well, I'm a part of a bike club, a Harley bike club, and I've never we've never tolerated any kind of events like that, and we wouldn't because again, it's exploitation in my opinion. And if my bike club ever wanted to hold an event like that,
Right.
I would be very, very upset and I would voice my opinion and do everything I could to make sure that that did not happen. It's not cool. I don't like it.
Right. Yeah, me neither. Miz, you used to help run a traveling Foxy boxing show in the 90s. Oh, I would have no idea what that is. Is it like roller derby but boxing? Remember that? Used to be able to see that. Can you please get rid of rapper? This is awesome. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Who would have thunk? Little people wrestling would bring into the whole craze. Right?
Bikini boxing.
Yup. Oil wrestling. That's what you have a bikini boxing. Oh my gosh. And people probably paid really good entry fee to go into that. It was probably loaded with men, with hey, Mint Mama, glad to see you're here. We're just talking about little people and wrestling. Hey, Christ. Oh, thanks, my dear. You wanted to say hello and give a thumbs up as you were coming through the YouTube streets, been checking out podcasts and some different interests and channels. Hope all is well with you all. Yes, it's going great. Now we just have to keep Rapper at bay. That's all. Oh, here. Oh, and your friend. So, Ms. Maz, you had a friend that ran that circuit and you helped coordinate. Oh, I'm sure they made a lot of money. Those ladies made $100 in 10 minutes for oil wrestling. Damn. I'm in the wrong business. But that's really interesting. And that was in 2003. We were just talking a little bit. I have scheduled a guest for my panel who works in corporate America by day, and by night he does entertainment, people entertainment, and he is going to be on my panel on Thursday, May 23rd. So that that will be fun to have him be on, because I want to know. Well, I already know, but because he's a really good friend of mine, but I want him to share with you um, his take. He hasn't done it his whole life, like entertainment. He didn't. He just didn't even think about it in his life. He was in sales his whole life, and he still does sales, but in corporate America out in New Jersey, just outside of New York City. And there is a great, he does parties, and these parties, the people love him, and he does different characters. But would you see him wrestling? Absolutely not. He wouldn't do anything that's really classless. And he makes really big bucks. He makes more money doing his entertainment business than he does at his corporate America job.
Yeah, and I know a little bit about his entertainment business.
Uh huh.
I would like to know more, but what I do know is he is not exploiting the fact that he's a little person. It's different. Like it has a different feel to
Right. It
it.
definitely does. And until I met him and I saw the way that he handles his thing, his business, it's it's very well. I mean, he's the party guy, you know. He is actually the life of a party, whether he has a costume on or not. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
just one of those type of people.
Yes,
But
and you sent me some pictures of an event um, that he did, and honestly, that didn't bother me. Like it was classy, you know what I mean, and cute and whatever.
right,
But yeah,
this whole little people wrestling,
yeah, it's
I
weird
mean,
to
ugh,
me.
it just really bothers me. And I do know an individual, her and her husband own like an wrestling organization or whatever. So that part I know. And I hope all you guys are on top of Rapper. He needs to like be gone. Wandering Scorpio, you're on top of it. I'm sure you and Samantha. But
Yeah, they
um
are. They got it, girl.
yes, and like Grace said, she's seen so many events where little people are exploited and so many people pay for that type of entertainment, which is odd to me. I know. Yep.
Like
And
I love all the um like the Little People LA, Little People
uh-huh.
Dallas, Little People Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta so much because they're a little out there, but we get to see their daily lives, not um, stuff that is necessarily degrading. You know what I mean? And
Right.
again, that's different from this wrestling stuff. I don't know. I just got triggered when my high school friend posted that
Mm,
picture, and I was like, his name is Mike, and I was like, Mike, like, that's not cool. Why do you think that's funny. Like, why are you even paying money for this? Like, they're people, you know?
Right.
I hated it.
Ms. Ma's, her friends boxed and she sold tickets. There was a guy that did the bookings and got a cut. Yeah. And a lot of people, like even in entertainment, whether it's for television or whatever, a lot of times, like for movies, TV commercials, people have agents, and the agents get a cut of what they booked for that entertainment. And it's the same way through all of this. And it was just the real couldn't. Oh, I'm not sure who everybody is in here now.
Hey, Tara.
Tara, it's so good to see you, my friend. And Fancy is here. Oh my gosh. It's been crazy.
Hey, Fancy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wandering Scorpio. We did hear that. I'm not sure who that person is at all. I think she did. I can't remember what it's called. Didn't she like follow child crimes or something like that? I'm not sure.
Well, she covered Molly a lot.
Right. And I don't want to call her Bombshell Betty, but Bullhorn Betty. That's it. She was kind of along that avenue.
Yeah.
But yes, she will craze. People who watched her, I really didn't watch her. I heard about her through the grapevine, but that's kind of all. But yeah, how these, and I'm sure crazed because you live here in Wisconsin, that a lot of the biker festivals have a lot of that type of entertainment going on. And I do know it's there because I've been to several Harley events, big events. And then, of course, they got one of those things going on down their Tattoo Alley. So it's just, what you got? Oh, Lord, help us all. But there's nothing I can really do. I think.
Samantha's got it, honey.
Oh,
Just go
does
on.
she? Okay. So, these people and the people who do it, I feel bad for them. Like, can't you um, find like a real job? And some of these people are on disability. Not kidding you, and that's a fact. And they're getting paid under the table, or they have a 1099. They have to make less than so much a year. Um, yeah, and they get social security disability because they're legally a little person, and the type of dwarfism can be labeled immediately when you turn 18 as a disability, as it is with social security, which really irritates me because I think people, even just like myself, we all should have a job. We should be doing something and we should get
Yeah.
nothing for free. You know, we all have to work hard and we get paid. Do I miss kind of working in corporate America? Yes, but the care of my daughter is a priority. And
Ooh, I do not miss corporate America, not one bit.
no, I do. I
No.
miss all my employees. You know, they all called me boss or they called me Spice. You know, Spicy has gone around for a long time. Like, I don't know, maybe 25 years people have been calling me in my work environment, Spice or boss, whatever. The big boss. That's what they used to say. And they,
Samantha is on it today. She's super mod.
ooh, Samantha. Ooh, we need to get
Super
her a
mod in
cake.
the house.
Oh, when she first started, she got into true crime. She was also doing Michelle videos, but she took all of them down. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, craze. That is really crazy. It's so sad. So many were good to him. Absolutely. And he's gone off the deep end. That's right.
Yeah, I've just learned that it's best to just block all of his alts. That's all you can do, you know.
Exactly. Oh, was corporate America and not that I would think. Well, and maybe in Utah, um, with how do I say this? No, I had worked for Johnson Controls, so no, was corporate America and MLM? No, um, network marketing. I mean, I don't know. I've dabbled in it in my lifetime. You know, things like Longaberger Basket Company. You know, I used to have a house full of baskets and crazy stuff like that. I never made money because I just put all my money back into to baskets and to get a discount on baskets. But that, what else did I do? Nope, never been in Tupperware. I take supplements that are through that, um, but no.
Crazed, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what she's saying is the man at the top makes the most money,
Uh,
and then as you go down, just like an MLM, um, the person below you makes less and less and less and less. I think that's kind of what she's getting at.
oh, right. An MLM,
Yeah.
like Super Snoops has this. Corporate America means working in a large corporations. Yes. I worked for a Fortune 75 company for a long time. Was just curious because I bought aloe. Oh my goodness, and some other stuff, and thought was corporate. Oh, are you talking about LeBry crazed? Oh, yeah, a pyramid scheme is what I call those. Yes, but there are some out there like doTERRA essential oils, which I totally love, and Young Living. Um, do I sell them? No, I just buy them, but I like them. Yep. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, I don't even know if that company is still around. That aloe vera company. It was called LeBry. It was an
I've
MLM
never
out
heard of
of
that.
Wisconsin. Huh?
I've never heard of that company.
Yeah, they were out of Wisconsin and they were a skincare based company. And their big thing was aloe vera. It was L apostrophe BRI. I still think they're around.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But no, with corporate America, I worked for a national airline for the first half of my career. And then the last half of my career, I worked in a Fortune 75. Oh, no, LeBry. I used to buy face cleanser and stuff. Are they still around? Maybe. I think they might be. They may. I know. I remember going to all my friends would have, because again, Wisconsin based MLM, everybody had Labri parties. You put all the skin care on your face. And then before you knew it, oh, here, I'm going to show you this really quick. This is pretty funny. You put this one product on at one of their parties, and your face would look like this. Do you remember that craze? It would pull your skin all the way back, and then you let it sit on your face for like 15 minutes, and you take it off, and you'd have no stuff. But no. And maybe those people should go work for an LOM. The aloe vera I bought was for drinks and sold healthier stuff. Maybe it was called Market America. I don't know. I try now to stay away from all of that and go to our local health stores. Right. Oh, LeBry in your area is still pretty big. Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody talk about it for years. Oh, don't you just keep it real? Use aloe vera in your iced teas?
I do.
Yeah. So now Crazed is a aloe vera drinking human just like you.
Yeah, I mean, I get mine at Walmart. It's called Fruit of the Earth, and you get it in the pharmacy section. And I only add like 2 ounces to my energy drinks. That's all you need, and it helps with, your gut health.
So it's called Fruit of the Earth aloe
Yes.
vera.
Hmm. It's very good for you.
Oh, aloe vera juice. Oh wow, you can get like a gallon or 2 gallons of
Yeah.
it. Is that how you do that?
Yeah, I get the big one.
Oh my gosh, that might be a little too much for me.
They have smaller ones.
Right? Oh yeah, I do see that. But for 9.78, you can get 2 gallons,
Yep.
128 fluid ounces. Cool.
And it lasts forever.
And it doesn't taste
No, it has no taste.
right. Oh my goodness.
It has no taste. You just add it, to your drinks, and it helps the flora in your gut.
Oh, so interesting. Yeah, Mary Kay, I don't hear about anymore either. So many of those MLM pyramid scheme companies make you buy so much stock, so much product, and then you have to try to sell it. And a lot of it is just people aren't making money, just like with that clothing company or whatever. People end up buying thousands and thousands of dollars worth of clothes. Oh, LuLaRoe thing. Yeah, I seen the Mary Kay Mansion in Dallas area years ago. Was it pink? You do sometimes see occasionally pink cars driving around, and either those people used to be Mary Kay consultants or they didn't. But my mom sold Avon when I was a little kid, go door to door. Except she went to this one house, and my sister and I were in. She had us wait in the car, like in the middle of summer, because that's what people did. They left their kids in the car with the windows rolled down. Well, my sister and I were goofing off, and we put the car into neutral, and it rolled backwards down this big hill and across the street into the ditch. And we're like, oh shit, mom's gonna kill us. We were just little, like probably 4 and 5 years old. Apparently, she never took us doing her Avon business anymore. talk to ladies, but that was like a big thing. Yep. Oh, you believe it was a blue mansion for the Mary Kay lady? Oh, yeah. So many people sold LuLaRoe leggings, but these people who do this wrestling, they really need to figure out and get a real job, in my opinion. I just hate to say that, but it was one of those things that I just don't understand how people can do that. Humiliate themselves and humiliate others. Wandering Scorpio, your aunt sold Mary Kay. You sat in the car with the windows rolled down too. Yeah. Can you believe that? Like, we didn't even have car seats when I was born. My mom would just hold us, or she had this seat that, like, hooked over the front seat, and she could put us in there so we could see out the window. But, seat belts, they didn't have seat belts in the back seat. What for? Can you believe that? Just keep it real. Back in the day.
Yeah, because I experienced it too. We used to lay in the back window of the car
Oh, yeah.
because we thought that was fun.
And it was cool. And my sister and I would hang
Right.
out the windows with our legs up on vacation. And then
Yeah.
we'd, show our summer legs when we were teenagers, hanging out the car window. And then we do that hand gesture for the semis to blow their horn. My dad would be like, "Can you just stop it?" Every semi that's driving by us is like blowing their horn. So it was pretty crazy. Hey, Roundhouse. So good to see you. Samantha, before we knew that kids could go right through the windshield from the back seat. Right. It is. But I think speed limits were much more, it was like 55, maybe only 50 miles an hour. I'm not sure what the speed limits were, but I'm sure there was a lot more um, less accidents back then too.
Well, and I also think because I am obviously a Southern girl,
Right.
and a country girl, so
Uh,
I was raised in a very small town, and I think population also affects you know driving laws and such because I live in Georgia, and now I live closer to Atlanta. And I'm telling you what, like, I am a nervous wreck even with my seatbelt on around these crazy people because there's just so many people out there that do not know how to drive. And I bet you anything, Wandering Scorpio can tell us some stories about idiot drivers.
oh, very much so. Very much so. And he's probably seen more horrible things. So, okay, I agree with that. Nobody can pass directly through Atlanta. Here's me.
Terrible.
Nobody
It's
can pass.
terrible.
It is because we thought, oh, we're just going to go around Atlanta. Well, it doesn't go like that. You're hitting stoplights and stoplights and stoplights. And I'm like,
And construction, I swear, we have had construction in the Atlanta metro area for probably the last 20 years. And that alone causes problems. Like, I get they need to do construction work, but it causes tons of issues with traffic. It really does.
Yes, it does. What's 285?
It's it's a highway here in Georgia. It's a bypass. It like bypasses downtown Atlanta.
But I think
But it's
it
no
doesn't
better.
go
It's no better. Like it's just as bad as 75. It really is.
because I think I can't remember. We were at the north end of Atlanta, and we
Mhm.
needed to go to the east side of Atlanta. So according to our GPS, we had to get off, and it was 20 minutes away according to our GPS.
Yeah,
And
you
we
cannot count on that. Not in Atlanta.
Oh my gosh, it was literally over 2 hours to go less than 20 miles. It was terrible. I couldn't handle it.
Y'all still made good time though. You really did.
We did 12 hours, but that's because we left so early, like at 2 in the morning.
I
So we could
know.
do.
And I warned you about when you hit downtown. Like I gave you fair warning. I really did.
You did.
I was like, girl,
I
just wait.
missed Indianapolis rush hour. We missed that. We missed Nashville rush
Yeah.
hour. We
Y'all
missed.
did so good.
We really did good until we got to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, craze. I love Tupperware too, by the way. I really, really do. And you go to our local thrift shops and buy up the cheap Tupperware brand and exchange it with a dealer and get it replaced by new since lifetime replacements, which I thought was a savvy idea. And then wandering the airport underpass is on my video, Southside 285. Oh, I'll love to take a look at that. Houston traffic's the worst. See, what I don't get, what Atlanta was the first city, which is not like here in Milwaukee. Hey, Beezer, welcome in Atlanta.
Can I just say real quick,
Yeah,
Roundhouse, you're next on my list. Okay? You know what I mean. That's it. Sorry. Hey
no, that's
Beezer.
okay. But even Chicago, everybody lives near a entrance onto a major highway. Even here, like in Milwaukee, you just hop on the interstate. In Atlanta, it's not like that. And interstate has stop and go lights. It's just very different, especially the east side of um, Atlanta. I've never seen anything like that before. And everywhere that I've been, it's pretty much an easy hop on, hop off at 4 8 lane highway interstate. Right now, from between Milwaukee and Chicago, it's 4 lanes going down to Chicago and coming back up from Chicago. Hey, Heather and Toby, how are you guys? Oh, fancy and Pigeon Forge. In your opinion, Pigeon Forge is the worst to drive when they are bumper to bumper.
It is fancy, but um, it kind of depends on the time. I love Pigeon Forge, by the way, and Gatlinburg, but it kind of depends on the time of year that you go. But yes, yes, Samantha, I love Dollywood. That's one of my favorite places. But
I
yeah, Pigeon Forge is like a nightmare on the main strip, whatever it's called. I forget. But we've learned a lot of back roads to go to our favorite places around Pigeon Forge. So it's good to know those back roads, you
Yeah.
know.
Olivia, my daughter, was just in Pigeon Forge, probably the end of April, I think it was, or some point in April.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, she was in Pigeon Forge and she had such a great time. She was with friends and they rented an Airbnb and they had a really good time. Samantha loves Dollywood. I love driving through Tennessee. I just think it's so beautiful.
It is.
Even on the interstates, it's so pretty. It really is. Leave it to Beezer. Atlanta traffic is a nightmare. 26 miles takes 1.5 hours.
Yes, it
Do it
does.
4 times a week. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
it's
know, isn't that
terrible.
crazy? Maybe you know what you I suggest is maybe you get up like at 3 in the morning, arrive to your destination by 5 before basic rush hour, and then just leave before bi- rush hour again. Oh, fancy you're going there next month. Oh, fun.
Oh, I want to go.
There's somebody that I follow, a woman on Facebook. Her and her husband bought a camp outside of Chattanooga, closer to Murfreesboro in Tennessee. And, it was a boys and girls camp. And they fixed up all of the cabins and their Airbnb rentals. And they're so beautiful. Then murals done in each side inside the cabins. And the decor is adorable. It is so cute. It's just in each room, each cabin has their own theme, and
Yeah,
some of them have bathrooms, but some of them are shared bathrooms kind of thing. I don't think that's too close to I couldn't do that. Um I mean I could do it with my friends, share a bathroom and my family, but with total strangers, that would be crazy. Beezer has to leave before 7, and I try to be headed home by 3. I don't think it really matters what time you drive on I
no,
anymore.
no.
It's crazy.
It is a nightmare. You described it perfectly.
It
85,
doesn't.
75, and even 285. They're nightmares. Like you have to seriously like plan ahead.
Yeah. That's like out in LA. They have, I call it 16 lanes of traffic, 8 lanes going one direction, another 8 lanes going another direction. And if you aren't in the lane soon enough, you might miss your exit by like 3 exits because you can't be like normal people like me who like to drive in the far left to speed my way through. So it would be pretty funny. Samantha, yep, I agree with you.
Beezer, I have a peach pass too.
Oh, we have those here. Wisconsin, we don't have any toll, but everybody up here has an I-Pass for Chicago. We all do that. I hauled bathroom fragrance out of North Atlanta all the way to Salt Lake City.
Oh gosh.
That's crazy. Bathroom fragrance. What was that, like poop poopery or something crazy like that? I just think this is so cute. I use the Peach Pass lane.
Yeah.
So it means I pay to get home quicker, I'm sure. Peach.
It's worth every dime too, isn't it, Beezer? It really is.
I would. I'd have that Peach Pass. That would be so cute. It sounds so fun. You're like a Peach Pass member. Georgia has the best rest areas. They just need more truck parking outside the city.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, I love to road trip. I really do.
Our rest areas are super well maintained. Oh, it still takes you 1.5 hours, even with a peach pass? Oh my gosh.
I was saying we didn't have a peach pass, so we definitely didn't get the peach pass route when
Ooh,
we went. And yeah, like 26 miles would probably have been 3 hours for us when we were coming through. Because my goal was to be by Atlanta by 2 o'clock. And I'm like, cool, we'll get there before rush hour. No big deal. Yeah, no.
good Lord, Beezer. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I could do that 4 days a week.
Mm, I don't know. I drive about 1.5 hours to get to my mom's house and back. And I usually try to go once a week. Just depends if what my deal is with Maggie for the week. Did you hear Mirandy's? I think she's sleeping, but she was talking about, and I really wanted to talk today again on her channel because, you know, when people talk about children and having children in divorce, and I know I just brought up my daughter Maggie, and you know, she hasn't seen her dad in over 6 years. I gotta be careful. Shoot, I should have said
Yeah, you should probably.
that. Somebody might be
Yeah,
listening in the back.
just stop.
So, anyway, sorry, that was on my brain. I forgot.
Grandma duty requires it. You're such a sweet Grandma Beezer.
You are. Do you think if you paid your child to move closer to you that you might be able to work something out for a little easier grandma duty with less driving?
Right?
I would negotiate with my mom for that. Absolutely. When I was younger, absolutely. I'd be like, so if you pay us, we will move closer to you so you can babysit for us.
Right?
Don't you think that would be great? Oh my gosh. I think you need to negotiate, Beezer. I really think so. I mean, I can help you plan that because I'm really good at putting plans, being the brains behind the operation. My friend Kimmy will tell you, and my sister would too, that I was always the brains behind the operation because nobody ever wanted me to do what they were doing because they knew I'd get caught because I was a little person and I either couldn't run fast or everybody knows who I am, even in the dark. When we were in high school and even a little bit older, um, yeah, they did. But I was the only friend that never got carded no matter where we went. So but I always had to think of the brains behind the operation. We have to okay, I gotta hear this. We have kind of split it. They have commutes to their offices too. I don't think I can get them to come any further north. Hmm. Well, let me think about that. And I think we might be able to come up with a good solution that would be perfect for each of you. Just saying. But gotta have some of that. But yes, that's another thing that sucks when you're a little person is people know you. And I grew up in a smaller town of like 25,000 people. I was the only little person that we were aware of in school at that time, in school in general. And we used the toilet paper houses, and it was usually people that we didn't like, that kind of thing. like the principal of the school, which we really didn't like, or those types of things. And my friends wouldn't let me run because what if we got caught? I would slow it up. So I was the getaway driver. And the only car in town that was a bright yellow Toyota Corolla station wagon from 1980. And yep, of course, the neighbors of anybody we would report in that they saw a yellow Toyota Corolla. And of course, it would be like my car. I'd be like, oh, I think somebody else has got a car like this. So yeah, sometimes being little can be
That's
a
funny.
lot. Huh?
I said, that's funny.
It is. Yeah, and your friends don't want you to, they want you to participate, but getaway driving I was really good at. Roundhouse, you're blessed to have all of your grandkids in the same town, but I drive if need be. I would too. Absolutely, without a doubt. I
Hmm.
would. I can't wait someday, when the time is right. I can't wait to be a grandma. I love my sister's grandkids. Love, love, love them so much. And they are so funny. Oh my gosh, Beezer. Yeah, you blended right in and said no one ever. Yellow
Yellow
station.
station wagon.
It was. And
So
back
funny.
then, my dad bought cars and he didn't care what color it was. And it could have been, and he didn't want to wait to get like a cool color car in. No, he had to take what they had on the lot. Seriously, who does that? He just wanted to embarrass us, I'm sure, when
It's
he
so
was
funny.
buying it because he didn't care. Yeah, yellow station wagon. Who has station wagons now? Nobody. Once in a while, you'll still see. Do you remember station wagons that had the paneling on the sides?
Hmm.
Sometimes, occasionally, I might see those going, oh, well, that was embarrassing. Paneling on a station wagon. It was like what the Brady Bunch drove in.
Yeah.
Oh yes, with wood sides. Yeah, it was paneling. Oh, and now, they have some really interesting colors of vehicles now. Like me, I like the taupe or sage green if I had my way to get one. But nope, not me. I drive a bright red Toyota Tacoma pickup truck, which I love. I love it. I don't think I would have picked out red. I had picked out something more like black or white. White is a sexy color for women if they're going to drive a vehicle, I think, especially when you live in the north. Wandering Scorpio, what did you say? I had a station wagon at age 16. It was cream with Cutlass old rims. Everyone called it the grocery
The
getter.
grocery getter.
That's so funny. Or when kids would have to drive like a van, we used to call it a shag wagon kind of thing. Yep, we lay in the way back at the drive-in at the movies. Yep, exactly. See, Beezer. Yep, you do drive. I wouldn't call it sexy, but for women who have white cars, I think it's a very sexy look for women to have a white vehicle. Leave it to Beaver. Your husband has a sexy white car. Yeah, my sister has one too. She has like an Audi and it glows like in the dark.
I must be
You know,
super
with
boring because my Camaro is gray.
but see, that's a hot car for you. Very,
I
very.
love my car.
I haven't driven. My girlfriend Kimmy, when we were in high school, she had a 1968 Firebird. It was very cool. We'd have to use a tire iron to tap something in the engine before it would start. You see us girls out there tapping the engine, trying to set her Firebird. It was so funny. Samantha's car
That's
is
funny.
red. I love that. And then we chased. Your car is cute. What is it? His is a sexy Mercedes. Beezer, do you have like a Mini Cooper? I think Mini Coopers are beautiful. They are so stinking cute. I would love to have one. But I don't want a 5 speed. I want an automatic. And those are really hard to come by. And I don't want to buy one brand new. I like it to be like a year old. Hertz Rent a Car is selling off their Tesla fleet. Wow. Teslas are super cute. I think if you're going to get, I'm really not into the electric car kind of phase. I like gasoline. And, but a Tesla is a really cool electric car. The rest of them can all go, in my opinion. But I do. I like gasoline too much. I like the cost. It works good. Samantha. Aw. Well, Beezer, maybe you should swap. You should take the Mercedes and he can take your little cute car. Maybe he look cute in it. Oh, you have a Nissan Kick. I love that. That was super cute. Nope, I have a Kicks. My dream car in high school was a Pacer. Oh my gosh, I had a Pacer when I was in high school. I was pissed. My parents bought me a Mustang. Are you serious? I thought me having a Pacer was an ugly embarrassment. That was my upgrade from the yellow Toyota Corolla. My dad bought me a Pacer. I was so upset about it. But that your parents bought you a Mustang? Oh my gosh. Wandering Scorpio wants a Cadillac. Lyric Emerald Green. Ooh. It sounds like a Green Bay Packer color kind of thing. I am. You loved Pacers. They had that weird look to them. Weird. I don't know. It's just for me. It was a Gremlin. Oh my gosh, my mom had one of those. How funny! Isn't this really all aging ourselves? So just keep it real. What kind of car did you have when you were in high school?
I don't want to say.
No, that's okay.
I'll say. I'm just kidding. I don't care. I had a Plymouth Champ.
Uh huh.
Uh, it
Hmm.
was it was my mother's car because it was super small and good on gas, and she worked in downtown Atlanta, so she had, quite the commute, and that's why she bought it.
Uh
And when I turned 16, it was a stick shift, and when I
huh.
turned 16, she let me buy it from her for $300.
Wow.
She didn't give it to me, and excuse me, I have the hiccups, but 300, yeah, she sold it to me. She was like, "You can have it for $300." So funny.
Wow. So is your Camaro like a 5 speed, a stick shift, or is it automatic?
No, it's automatic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that yellow Toyota Corolla station wagon. Let me tell you, that thing was a 5 speed, and my dad was teaching me how to drive. out of these extensions that he had talked to some, I don't know, some dude who did auto body kind of work, created them for me. And they were cool. If I probably don't have them anymore, but so of course you have to have three of them. And he would make us, we had to learn on a 5 speed. And it was embarrassing because he would make us, our neighbors, like if you went past the neighbor's house, it was kind of an incline. So he'd be like, okay, you need to stop the car, put it into first gear, stop, and then put it into first gear. And we release slowly on the clutch, and I would, and it would go clunk, and it would kill. And the neighbors are like laughing, and my dad's like, keep it up, come on over, watch her do this. My dad was so funny. Okay,
Queen.
Queen, my friend, welcome in. Look who's here. Beezer, I'm like really concerned about a gremlin was your second choice. Oh, Lord. But then you got your other, you had a Mustang. Dang, that was a cool car back then. Wandering Scorpio, my dear, it's so good to see you. Go say hi to Caleb for us.
Hey, Panda.
And Panda Berry's here. How are you? Good. It was so much fun watching you all earlier on Mirandy's. If you guys all get, if I think everybody here is part of Mirandy's chat, but she has a really good channel.
Queen. Rapper was over here too, but
He was
Samantha was on top of it.
Yeah. Every time you turn around, somebody new came in and just was. It made me nervous, because the only time he ever came in.
Don't let it make you nervous because Samantha was on it.
Yeah.
And
her.
She's a wonderful mod and she took care of it.
I know. He just makes me nervous. Like he's going to say something offensive. Well, he does say offensive
things. But you got to trust your mods.
Yeah, exactly. For a while, though, he was really nice. And then he flipped like a quarter. Miss Mize, great, you're back. All different accounts telling me how ugly. Yes.
We had that same problem, Queen, but like I said, Samantha was on it.
Yeah.
Wandering Scorpio was on it. Thank you, Wandering.
Wandering didn't. I had to make another mod too because he was just relentless today. And then Wandering Scorpio goes, I just delete people. I'm like, that's okay.
Yeah. Panda, did you see that CP you were tagged in?
No, what was she tagged in?
Girl, I'll text you. It was ridiculous. I just want to know if she saw it.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to tell me about it.
I will.
But, well, I'm glad I got to talk today about the M Wrestling. And we were able to talk about that because I was so shocked that people, and I guess I need to give more people more credit, that it makes you feel yucky when you see that and see that advertised, whether it's on Instagram or on your Facebook community, and you're like, wow, I really like that person and they're really into that. They like that. And some of it's a lot. And like Grace even said, she's seen that a lot. And it's true. You see it a lot around here. It's not illegal. I think in the state of Illinois, though, that is, don't quote me, but that might be illegal to do that in Illinois. Like if you're with WWE or something big like that, no. But if you're little one of those podunk bars that offers wrestling,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so degrading. It really is. If people want to earn their money that way, it's their choice, it's their decisions. I just don't support that. I would rather talk to them about trying to find a different kind of job. Um,
Yeah.
and they could make even more money just in a regular everyday job. Ooh, Queen, you used to box. Were you part of the Ms. Maz boxing thing? Um, oh my gosh, that would be cool.
Queen, let me just say, I am so glad you're my friend.
I know.
Ooh-wee. Queen's a badass.
Yeah, my niece Sammy, oh my gosh, she's in her early 20s and she is one person I would not want to meet and make her angry or upset. There's no way. Your grandpa was a big boxer in Detroit and has many trophies. Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. But I'm sure, Queen, you had training that I'm sure you went into, but you
Yeah.
always wanted to do cage fighting. I know there were things that I always wanted to do in my life too, like just up a notch, in general in life. But that's really interesting. But it used to be really big, and now, I mean, I don't know, maybe I just don't watch enough TV, but now everybody is boxing in Las Vegas. Like that's the big place to go. But I'm still sure there's a lot of those. Yes, of course we trained. We grew up in the hood. It was better to do that than street fight and get in trouble. Absolutely. We were talking about wrestling, and the thing of it is these people. It's not like they go to a training camp and then they train and then they go out there and do their wrestling kind of stuff. These people are just guys who are like, sure, I'll wrestle. They don't know anything. They don't go to training camp and do any of those things. But see, that is really cool that you had that opportunity to train into boxing. There's a lot of good movies out there about boxers and the training, and I think it's really awesome. I think it's great when people physically train themselves, just like they do in the World Wrestling Federation world. And I don't even know what those are called anymore, but they're trained. They go to train camp and they're there for months. They train every day and then they fly off to do their event and then they fly back and continue their training. I think that is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, do then street fight and get in trouble. I'm just like, wow. I would never have thought about, you know, I grew up in kind of a small town. The worst thing that I don't even know if we had crime. The biggest crime was toilet papering people's houses.
I just want to say again, Queen, I am so happy that you and I are friends because knowing this little fact about you makes me feel a lot better in a lot of ways. A, I'm never gonna, no, step up to you, and I've always got somebody on my side. So, yay!
Exactly. That's pretty cool. And I'm sure you did learn a lot of self control. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't a free for all, because how you were trained for sure. My uncle was a boxer. Unfortunately, I never met him. Yeah, that would have been cool to get to know them. You wouldn't even want to drive by the area we lived. In Detroit, one of my guests that I'm going to have on um, within the next couple weeks, another guest is from Detroit, and we're going to chat woman to woman about our lives and our worlds. It's going to be pretty fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, very fun. But I'm so glad we had so much fun today. And you all made it easier on me to have this discussion about wrestling, which is just so um, it's a big thing and it's a big deal, and it's something that I don't support, um, even if it is because they can make money. Super Snoops just had a thought. There are a lot of people who enjoy the aggression and the adrenaline of the sport and do not have any other outlet for it. Yep, it's true. It is. Even for boxing or wrestling. And for my son, when he was in wrestling, it taught him a lot of patience and that kind of thing. But it was a good thing, especially physical sports. My niece, she plays rugby, and that is very physical. Like, I get so excited, beat them up, that kind of thing. Take her out, like, you don't think about it. You just get so excited and you just want them to take the other person out so they can make that goal. And I just love it. But I'm glad you all stopped in. I know we all go off on tangents, but all of you are just so much fun to get to know. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Queen, I want to hear more about your boxing days. That would be really fun.
Too. I want to hear about that too, Queenie Queen.
Yeah, that would be fun. I love getting to learn new things that I have no idea about. I'm clueless. You can also call me Spicy the Clueless Wonder because I am very clueless. I'm the one who thought, well, you can make jail time go by so much better if you made friends.
Oh my God,
And
I
then everybody
cannot with
tells me it's
you.
easy
I
to make
cannot with you.
friends. But that's how clueless I am. I really am. But all of you, thanks for stopping in. Again, Samantha, thank you for being our superhero with you as well as Wandering Scorpio to knock those guys out. We appreciate it very much. Just keep it real. Thanks so much for coming in and helping and sharing your side of what our topic, why I felt we needed to talk about this, because if it bothered you, it probably bothers a lot of other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. You did a great job, honey.
All right, my dear. So I will see you soon.
All right. Love you guys. Bye,
Love
chat.
you. Bye.
See y'all.